Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yashrala, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shema, Yashrala, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our power is one. All right? And it was a high spirit wind lawyer. And I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. I also want to give double honor to our elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone who well, peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. And I want to go into, another milk installment, a basics installment, as I said aforetime, that the Spirit was on me to do more scriptures on the basics, more lessons on the basics, okay? And what I wanted to go into was modest apparel, amongst other things, okay? Because when a man embarks on this journey of walking out the Yahweh side, he embarks on the journey of walking out the Yahweh side, and he goes down the path of resistance, right? And it tells you that they that are Yahweh side are a new creature. And a new creature is a man that's in the spirit. He's going after the spirit as opposed to the flesh. Because before he woke up to the knowledge of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, he was in the flesh, walking after the flesh. All right, and this kingdom, Babylon the Great, it extracts all the mechanisms of your flesh. So basically, it's a formality, it's a cultural norm to live as a nigga, to live after the flesh, to live after your lower nature. Okay, but when a man chooses to walk after Yahweh side, right, which really Yahweh side chooses him. All right, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. When you walk out the Yahweh side, you're no longer going after your lower nature. All right? And when you no longer go after your lower nature, you're no longer being impulsive. You're no longer reacting to stimuli in this world. All right? You're now guarded by laws such as thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not commit adultery. You will understand that it's the women that you have to resist. All right? You have to understand that there's resistance that come with this truth. And what you will realize is now that you're not going after everyone you see. That's why I entitled the lesson Modest Apparel. All right, Modest Apparel, because 95% of women, if not 99% of women, they're wearing something that's not modest. They're wearing something that's aggressively accentuating their curves. All right, showing secondary sex traits. You look up the term secondary sex traits, and it's basically not the primary private parts of your body, the parts of your body that turns on the opposite sex. Okay, parts of your body that turns on the opposite sex. Okay, and the average woman in Babylon wears clothing that either reveals those body parts or it aggressively accentuates the body part. But now, we as men, we have to resist a lot of those women. All right, but the reason I'm bringing out this lesson because in Babylon the problem is men. Men are this, men are that. But according to the scriptures, of course, men are adulterers, but a lot of them are provoked adulterers. They're provoked by the immodesty of women. Okay? They're provoked by the immodest behavior of women. All right? So, but once again, when you come into this truth, the Most High civilized you, all right, with his laws. Because you're not civilized until your flesh is unchecked. Point blank period. What the Most High did when he came into this truth is like he conquered you and civilized you. Just how any nation takes over another nation. In their paradigm, they're civilizing another nation. So when Ishmael took over, he so-called civilized everybody with the laws of Islam, to where Jake was embracing Islam. Then Jake took over different lands and made those lands Islamic. All right, the conqueror, all right, forces his viewpoints on those people. But in his viewpoint, he's civilizing those people. Same thing with us. It's as though the Most High conquered us and civilized us with his laws, his ways, man. Okay? So the men and the women have to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right, but when a woman, all right, dresses modest, that's her being civilized, man. All right? And going back to things that was on my spirit, man. All right? In 1 Corinthians 7, the Apostle Paul said, I wish that men were as I, as myself. But then, which was celibate. Paul was basically celibate. The Apostle Paul was celibate. Yahushua was celibate. But not all men can just be celibate. All right? Because Yahweh in the beginning said, be fruitful and multiply. So he engineered, especially the Israelite man, to had that libido to reproduce himself in the earth. But some men do have that proper gift to abstain from women. All right? And, you know, the Apostle Paul went into women, all right? You know, being single, so to speak, was something I wanted to expound on. All right, in America, being single means you could just be sexually promiscuous as a woman. All right, but in Yahushua, being single means you're celibate. You see? In Babylon, being single means I could be sexually promiscuous. I could do all this wild debauchery shit. But in Yahushua, being single means celibate. All right? But I speak as a man. You know, even as a man, because Apostle Paul said that they didn't have wives, seek not a wife. If the Most High got you in a situation where you currently don't have a woman, all right, you exercising a virtue in you that you didn't know you had, man. All right, discipline is a mighty virtue, but it requires strength. But that strength comes from weakening the flesh, and sometimes you can weaken the flesh, all right, through fasting. But from my personal experience, cleansing is very powerful. But the reason why I say my personal experience cleansing, fasting is a great renewal for your spirit, but you can still have the same problem when you put the food back in your body, you know, especially dealing with the libido. But I've learned that when it comes to cleansing, like a fruit cleanse, all right, not only does it renew you, but it sort of, it strengthens the new creature, that angelic form inside you. That's one way that you can help put a muzzle on your flesh, man. Or it makes resisting a whole lot easier, man. All right, because like I said, Babylon teach you, hey, I'm not in a relationship. Let me go after my lust. All right, but one thing about lust, man, it's a drug that you can never be truly fulfilled off of, man. All right, and when your brain is saturated with lust, you're not really in the spirit like that, man. And we know of men that came with every fucking side doctrine in the world to justify continually going after their lust, but they were never in the spirit, man. They despised just doing lessons through the week for no reason. I ain't gonna say for no reason, but you couldn't pay them to just do a lesson consistently through the week. You know, you couldn't pay them to just, you know, have different plans for the brothers. But when it came to fulfilling the flesh, they were 10 toes down, man. All right, and every man has his level of temperance based off the spirit he has. But then there's your level of temperance, and then there's just your excuse for living after the flesh. But if you really want to get deeper in Yahushua, hey man, you practice the art of discipline, and from one degree to another. Every man has his own rendition of discipline that works for him. But the intention is to please Yahushua and to really be less distracted and have more control over your flesh. The scripture says in Sirach 19, wine and women making men of understanding to fall away. And it's some things I've learned in the spirit that if you're overindulgent in it, it could estrange you from Yahushua. And it's wine and women. As a matter of fact, 2 out of the 3 things that are weaknesses to men was wine and women. The other was the king. The other was the king, but the other two was wine, the strength of wine. All right, because it says wine make the king no different from the fatherless child. And the fatherless child is undisciplined. He's wild. Same, but then it says men have gone out of their wish for women, man. And women are a motherfucker, man. If I'm talking to any younger brothers in the spirit or just younger brothers that's less experienced, women are a motherfucker, man. Don't underestimate them. Don't underestimate them, man. All right. You know. But Sirach 19, old wise saying was that wine and women, they give men an understanding to fall away. But one thing I've learned, and I've been in this spirit lately, going back to 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, all right, and going back to Romans, the 7th chapter, man, just that single lifestyle and what it entails in the spirit, and not the single lifestyle that America promotes, because the single lifestyle that America promotes is either you constantly over different people's houses or other people's are at your house, you know, at your place. Other people are in your bed. Like I said, and it's talking about for women, but even for men. A man could just practice just sitting down, man. You know, just sitting down and getting renewed in Yahweh Bahashim Haushai. Let's say you were in a relationship, you in a so-called marriage, and unfortunately it didn't work out. That doesn't mean you could just wild out as a man either, you know. Just be still and know that he's Yahweh Bahashim Haushai. But in Babylon the Great, brothers, and I'm not here to micromanage or govern brothers' life, because when I talk about these things, honestly, it's from my personal experience and from my fuck-ups and things that I've learned that I'm putting out here on wax. And the moral of the story that I've learned, man, it's discipline, man. Discipline is supreme. Esau makes you think that getting pussy is like a come up or a flex. But in Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man, in a lot of cases, if you can resist these demons out here, you can resist the women, that's the flex. The brother that got the self-control, that's the flex. Even for women, it's so dark now that for women it's taught, you know, you get your grave, you got a graveyard, you got your body count up, that's a flex. Or like Horilla said, I got 9-10 niggas. That's not a flex. Nah, the woman that's got control over her lower nature, her flesh, that's the flex. You see? But like I said, for the brothers, man, for the Akin, man, Yahweh B'Shem Shai loves a brother that has some level of resistance that is not fucking easy. But unplugging from this world is a flex to where people who are not in the truth are talking about becoming more conservative. You know it's bad when men are doing videos on becoming celibate. They're showing you that they're no longer buying Babylon's product of westernization. When a so-called black man with a beard is sitting in front of a camera talking about going celibate, all right? When a so-called black woman has on a dress talking about the art of being modest and the art of being submissive, that means they're no longer buying the whore's product. You know? And I know I'm sort of going different directions with this. I'm just really going in the spirit because I didn't really know exactly what I was going to talk about. But then the spirit hit me with the modest apparel, you know, and I just went with it. But you know it's bad when people who are not in the truth are going to customer service, going to Babylon's customer service department and asking for a refund on what she promoted to them. And that's this life of living after the flesh. Like I said, grown men with beards that are jakes are talking about semen retention and no fap and going celibate. All right? And women are talking about now, you know, being modest and, you know, being submissive to their husband, and they're basically explaining that they were taught wrong and feminism was a bad product, man. You know, but just from the short space that I've been in this truth, the time that I've been in this truth, man, unplugging from the world, that's the ultimate flex, man. Practicing the art of self-control, that's the ultimate discipline, that's the ultimate flex. There's so many things you don't have to worry about if you have a system of moderation with liquor. There's so many things you don't have to worry about if you have some form of self-restraint with women. There's so many things you don't have to worry about if you just go home when you get off work and your entertainment is sitting in front of a TV, or you might be around the brothers and y'all do a lesson to get something to eat. And if that's your life, that's the ultimate flex. Simplicity is the ultimate flex in America, man. What I've learned, brothers and sisters, anything that America promotes to you, you do the opposite. Somebody once said, if it's free, it's because you're the product. The stuff we watch on the internet is virtually free. Cheap processed food, fast food is virtually free. But that's because you're the product. They're giving this to you because they're turning you into something that they want you to be. And that's a damn zombie, all right? That's a damn sick zombie, man, with no life in you, man, that they can easily put a MOTB in you, man. You see? So what I've learned in this truth is that a life of simplicity, withdrawn from the carnal of Babylon, that's the ultimate flex. And the outcome is peace. When you win that war within, and you will have losses, we all do, but when you win that war within, then you have peace. And peace, contrary to Western belief, is sovereign to pleasure, is superior to pleasure. It's peace over pleasure in Babylon, man. You see? Being boring, being a square, that's the ultimate flex, man. All right? Because Jake that can't control his flesh, can't control that beast in him, he always in the streets. And nigga always caught up in drama, man. He always caught up in some shit, man. All right? But I hope this lesson makes sense, man. Not even a lesson, it's really just, you know, I'm just speaking in the spirit, you know? But peace is the ultimate flex in Babylon, man. All right? If you got peace in your life, man. Because when you go after the flesh, you're always worried about some shit. And that's real talk, man. When you live a life after the flesh, you're always worried about some shit, man. You're always worried. When you give your flesh consistently what it asks for, or what it's demanding, and you listen to it, you're always worried about some shit, man. Or you're always caught up in some shit. You're always behind on some shit. So resisting the flesh, man, it's a war for that. It's a reward for resisting the flesh to the best of your ability. And it's peace. It's a peace of mind. Hey, but with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles, elder bishops of great men, starting well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba, Kum Yashala, Shalom.